If you do not want to change, if you do not want to better yourself, if you do not want to break outside of this matrix, if you want to live in your comfortable delusion that they have built for you, do not watch these videos. Leave this channel.
Because when I step to the game, I rip that shit apart. My evolution with the gyarados, some magic carpet, and I ain't finished shopping till the whole world is in my cart. When you fucking with me, you choose a role and play your part.
Something that's outside of your own mind and accept others' minds and opinions and the way they think for themselves. You do not belong.
I'm trying as hard as I can against all of the odds.
If you are not trying to be positive, if you are not trying to help create solutions while we discuss the problems and how they got here, you do not belong. Negativity, hate, disrespect, name calling, those things will not be allowed here on this platform and not in this empire. We are the ones, the true Americans that want to be free and stand as we have always stood.
My lines burn like blunts getting smoked in the dark. Hella cooking shit up if your ass wanna spar. Barbecue your beef up like the seats in my car. Cool yourself off, refrigerator and jar. Baby rappers be not like this is not an art. It's not an art. Huh, you forgot about that part. Lady rappers been acting like this is not an art. Huh, you forgot about that part. Go ahead.
Damn, this shit exclusive.
Yo, what up, y'all? What is up, everybody? You know we had to do it again Monday. Hopefully everybody got a little bit of something. Thank you for coming in. Hope y'all had a good day. Shout out to everybody that put in work today, everybody that went to work. Thank you. You are appreciated. Everybody that has a job, you guys assist in helping the world go round. Without you, nothing happens. So I would like to start with, hopefully everybody understands that life is going to have its twists and turns, obviously. So this is a good thing. It leaves it open for us to grow, okay, and get better. Every day is a chance to be better than you were yesterday. All right, fine, we get it. Awesome. Now, if you have anybody in your corner that has your back and that has been showing up for you, and you have taken that for granted and not appreciated it, or you just don't realize you have people in your corner, I want you to take a second, okay? Because you need to understand that there are people in your corner. Now, each person has whatever it is they believe in. That's understandable. Okay? Nobody's hating on it. The beautiful part about the opportunity that we have is, though we make mistakes and we can't change those mistakes we've made, we do not have to stay stuck, okay, in the past. There are certain things that we will do that we don't necessarily want to do, or we're not thinking about it while we're doing it, or the decision that we're making to do it, we don't see the consequences as far down as they can go. Okay? Nobody's an oracle. Fine. I get it. You can't see the future. Okay, perfect. But we still have to take into consideration that, yes, this is a life. Yes, we have to live it. And yes, there will be accountability. Okay? These are things that must be maintained. Give me 1 second. I'm having a All right, I'm back. Hopefully, it's not doing that lag thing. It was definitely making me feel like I'm looking like a robot. It's weird. All right, so I don't want to look like an AI. Does that make sense? All right, anyways. So us having an opportunity to be better every day is awesome because we can actually start to affect the world around us. Okay? When one person is being good, following the rules and being nice and whatnot, it goes a lot further than when somebody's being bad. Okay? When somebody does something rude, it impacts the situation almost immediately, in a dramatic way, where all sorts of random actions can take place, spontaneous explosion, so to say. One negative outburst can have a splash radius of negativity, okay, and all kinds of, like, you know how popcorn pops, all kinds of little fucked up shit can start happening. All right, so one person comes in with an attitude, they're having a bad day, they do something to somebody, or they have an outburst of negativity, and they start rioting. Now, other people around them could, say, hey, whoa, what's going on? Calm down, trying to call the police. But other people around them that are already frustrated can see the outburst and see how this person is rioting, and now another person next to them starts rioting, and so on and so forth. And it can spread like wildfire. Negativity, fear, first of all, vengeance, anger, wrath, these kind of heavy emotions. These are the ones that we cannot control so well, and they can get a grasp over us, and we can just go for it. Especially lust, okay, and greed. Those are very, very strong emotions that you can't really just override. You actually have to be outside of the situation to see what's going on. It's like when you're in a privileged spot or a privileged position, how you can't necessarily see you're privileged because it seems normal to you, and that's where the separation starts to happen. Okay, this is something that can't be stopped. You can't stop it. You can try. I mean, overcoming yourself. I mean, you are your worst enemy. You are the only thing stopping you from being anything at all. You are one step away from the worst possible scenario, and you're one step away from the best possible scenario at the same time. Which is why people will say things like two things can be true. We need to understand that even though fuckery is about, doesn't mean we have to condone fuckery. Okay? I know the fucktacity of each individual is so fucktacious that we need to remember that fuckery in general is look, the shit's fuckalicious, alright? Nobody thinks fuckalicious is a bad thing, okay, until you use it in a bad way. Like, the whole idea of fucker, okay? The bullshit factor is huge with a lot of these multi-millionaire or mass media producers. They're full of bullshit and fuckery. It's an art to bullshit somebody. Have you guys ever seen that Netflix original? It's a game show called Bullshit. This is what you're dealing with all the politicians in office. This is what you're dealing with anybody that has any kind of power at all. The bullshit and the fuckery. It's because they have gotten to a point to where they have something to lose. It's called position. Okay? Position of privilege. This is something people don't want to lose. POP. Position of privilege. Okay? Once you get into a position where you are seen as more than others, it's a revering position to be in. A lot of people don't want to give up that kind of worship. Yes, it is a sense of worship. And everybody has this sense of being worshipped that they have. They want to be worshipped, whether it's by their loved one. And being loved is the same thing as being worshipped at a certain point. When you love your children to a certain point, especially if you want them to have all the things you never had, blah, 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 you're basically living vicariously through them. And what you're doing is you are loving them, you're putting them into a position of honor, you're putting them on a pedestal, and now it's turning into an idolization. Yes, you can idolize your kids. Okay? I do this for them, I do everything for them, blah, 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 it's all for them. What about God? Where's the glory going to? Glory is going to your children, or the glory is going to yourself. Okay? This is the position you're in when you're having kids, and you're putting the children in a position of honor, which means you are bending over backwards for these kids with no sort of gratitude. They're not working for anything at all. It's just worship. At a certain point, that's what it's becoming. I know that's a hard one to hear. People just worshiping the wrong shit. It happens, you know. It's not like you're doing it on purpose. You just don't know you're doing it because you are in that position of privilege. You're in it, so you can't see it. It's like trying to see the ocean when you're swimming under the water. You know, like, I mean, you could see that it's ocean, right? How far does it go? How deep does it go? You can't really tell, right? And then you come up to the surface and you look out, and you can actually see the ocean. You can see, wow, it's water is fucking endless. See what I mean? But if you're under it, you can't really tell. It just looks that way. You know, even when you're in a pool, you're looking at the other side of the pool, and it just looks like, okay. You know, there's a certain sense of it. But let's get back to the whole idolization thing. It's very easily to put things on a pedestal, and to, especially when you get into a position of privilege. Let's say you're not being looked at like you're normal. People are finding you special. They're giving you, they're treating you in ways that they wouldn't treat other people that are, you know, slightly better and whatnot. It feels like you have gained something. Okay, deep down inside, there's this pride that comes along with it. Chest out, head, yeah, like, yeah, I'm winning. Like, you know, I get it. Because once you get to a position of privilege, whether it's a title, whether you're a champion, whether you're, you know, a team member, or you got the job or whatever, people that don't have the job, these tend to feel better than them. You don't do what I do. Da, 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 da. You don't know the stresses that I have to go through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a position of privilege there. Now, if we don't pay attention to our actual blessings, right, which are privileges, blessing and privilege go hand in hand, because it's not something you have, right? It's something that's given to you. A privilege is something that is either earned or given to you, right? Such as the other way, where, okay, the blessing is something you have been given because it's been bestowed upon you. That's why they can go back and forth, hand in hand there. But can you earn a blessing? Absolutely. Okay, how do you think back in the day a man would get the blessing of the woman's father before marriage? Yes, you can earn a blessing, very much so. Look at Jacob when he was wrestling with God, and God blessed him, right? Because he won that contest, he won that blessing. He wouldn't give up. There is a way to earn it, but here, once you earn something, or once you're given something, there is a POP, a position of privilege, and now you have something to lose. Okay, this is where Job comes in, or Job or Job or whatever. He gets knocked down because he had everything, blah, blah, blah. Devil went to God and said, hey, you know, that you will curse you, take it away. Boom, knocked him down. Feel me? He had something to lose. So when you have something to lose, how you act when you're about to lose it, or when you lose it, that's the real you. I know. Now we're starting to get somewhere, the hidden monster inside. Because me, I know that guy He was not the nicest guy when people would fuck with his shit. I'll tell you that. This guy right here needs a little help when it comes to that. But it depends on whether you earn it or whether it's given to you. Things that you work for hurt more, okay, when you lose it, versus things that are given to you. Most of the time when something's given to us, we don't really pay attention to it. We kind of just put it on the shelf. And we never really use it because maybe there's a sense of we don't want nothing to happen to it, or maybe we really just didn't like it that much. But it was given to us nonetheless, so we're not just going to waste it. We'll wait for the right time to bust it out, you know, and use it. Or we'll give it away as a gift to somebody that really does like it. You know what I mean? Those are the people that actually care and actually consider it. There are those people that you give them something, they'll be like, oh my God, yeah, and they'll pretend like they really love it. And they'll be dealing with it all in your face, all around you. The minute you're gone, that shit's in the trash. And then the next time you see them, it's like, oh, what happened to them? Like, oh, I lost it, or some shit happened to them. Like, you know what I mean? Some bullshit. But, I mean, yo, that's the integrity, okay? I'll be honest. Yo, you gave me that? Yep, I still have it. I put it on my shelf, blah, blah, blah. I don't really use it a lot. You know, it's not really my thing, like, all the way. But whenever I do go, I mean, shit, you want to, you know, hang out, whatever, blah, 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 we could, you know what I'm saying? I will put it in a position to where it can function, okay? Or I can use it, or whatever, whenever it's time to use it. But definitely, giving gifts is really hard. That's why you should get to know people. And then you won't waste resources. Once you know what somebody's really after, it's much easier to deal with. Okay? And that's the truth. If you don't know what the fuck they want, they're always going to be a mystery to you. Okay? The mystery is finding out what they want, what they crave. And the only way to find that out, you actually have to listen and pay attention to how they move. Because each person will tell you exactly what's in them. Each person will show you exactly what they're talking about. Or tell you what's in them. Right? Or tell you what they're talking about and show you what's in them. Either way, you can flip those back and forth. That's kind of how I hit him. Definitely. We need to pay attention not only to ourselves, okay? Because if we don't know what the fuck we want, then how can we be effective when it comes to bargaining, when it comes to business, and when it comes to relationships? Because if we don't know ourselves and what we want, what we need, how can we find those people that we belong to? Because birds of a feather flock together. So how can we find the people that we belong to if we don't know ourselves? All right? That's why they would say, what, the double-minded man, right? And me, I know what I want. I just don't know if I'm worthy of having it or if I'm capable of getting it. Now, me, I know my limitations. Don't have many, but I do have some. Now, honoring my limitations is what's going to get me where I want to go. That's what's going to have me propel, survive, elevate. Okay? Most people have no idea what their limitations are. They think they are unlimited. They think they have access to the fucking sky without a ladder. I don't get it, but you're going to have to figure that one out. Okay? You need to find your limitations. And people say, oh, the sky's the limit. I don't have any limitations. Then why aren't you fucking Elon Musk right now? There should be 2 Elon Musk if that was true. Okay? Okay, man? Oh, some things aren't about money, blah, blah, blah. I get that. Which is why I gave you the out by saying, hey, so how's your plan going? You know? Is there any limitations? Do you have limitations? Oh, the white man. Nigga, I'll beat your head in. If you ever say the white man's limited, you're limiting yourself by thinking that a white man is limiting you. No, that's not it. Nigga, your pockets limiting you. Because the only thing limiting the white man is his pockets. Okay? And then here, look, even the Arabs, okay, the Saudis, you know, like, think about it. They got bread too. Ain't nothing being held back from the white man, ain't holding them back. The white man is getting paid by them actually. And they all in like Africa, Middle East, all that shit. Come on now. See, the math ain't mathing. The logic ain't logicking, right? The ration ain't rationing. Okay? Now, all I'm trying to do is get y'all to admit that this shit do sound kind of crazy the way y'all put it on TV, right? Everybody wants to pretend like this isn't a religious war against the jihad, and that shit is making my stomach hurt, because it's like, if y'all like them so much, just go over there. Oh, what, it's dangerous over there because they don't like y'all? Then why are y'all riding their dick so hard? Oh wait, females fuck with niggas they don't like all the time for some fucking reason. So now you just letting me know y'all's a bunch of bitches. Wow. Okay, United States, are we gonna grow up anytime soon? Or are we gonna keep playing these bitch-made ass games? Now what the fuck? It's like, is y'all high? That's not weed neither, nigga. The fuck is wrong with you? That is not weed. Whatever y'all smoking is not the shit I'm rolling. Okay, man? Let's get it together. Okay? This is some bullshit. I will grab AI, drag this hoe over here, and I will get all up in her motherfucking, because y'all is fucking tripping. What the fuck? I can't even believe y'all trying to take away people's private property. Nigga, if the government came to try to take your drawers to give them to somebody else, nigga, is that cool? Is there something wrong with you? We donate shit all the time, bruh. Why don't you command some of these companies to fork over all the extra shit that they have that they're not selling, all this shit that's old and past due? Don't allow any of these fucking places to throw that shit away and go fucking give it out. All this food and shit's getting wasted, but you want to fuck with me over the little bit of shit I got is crazy to me. Okay? These fucking corporations have every fucking thing. And the only thing you have to do is ban them from throwing away their stockpiles, and eventually everything will be free. Because ain't nobody gonna buy nothing. We're just gonna wait till it gets old, and then they have to throw out, and then we'll be in line picking up the old shit. And now companies, what? That's why they won't let you? Exactly, because they know if they were obligated to throw away the old shit, if they weren't obligated to throw away the old shit, and keep filling up these landfills with shit nobody's buying, like, America's the most wasteful fucking country in the whole fucking world. Okay? Y'all don't give a fuck about shit except your comforts and your amenities in America. Okay? The people that do care about some shit are getting shitted on. They're getting called hateful. All right? They murdered Charlie Kirk. All right? All because if we do stop with all this bickering and bullshit, right? If we do stop with all the bickering and bullshitting, we'll get somewhere. And why would anybody at the top want you, sorry motherfuckers, to get anywhere doing anything? Why would they? Could you imagine if sensible people were running this country? What the fuck America would be capable of? Just think about that for a second. and then look back at every fucking policy and rule that ever got implemented, and you think about what direction we're actually headed in, and don't try to blame it on Donald Trump, because this shit was happening far and long. Okay? I need you guys to understand that you are at the mercy of yourselves. You, people, putting yourself in this position. You as Americans, and you guys as Americans have more power than any other fucking nation. If we all grabbed our guns, all of us, and we marched down to fucking Washington, D.C., if we did that, there would be a fucking problem. Okay? There would be. Seriously. Okay? Like, for real. We are the most powerful citizens in the entire world. Our government is afraid of us. That's how powerful we are as a people. We have our guns. The only thing we don't have is organization. Because it seems like the American people are fucking stupid or fucking high. That you would let these motherfuckers continue to dick your ass out of every motherfucking thing. Constantly. These shitty ass fucking laws and taxes they have ain't shit, never were shit. Okay? They're only taxing us like this because we're allowing them. They're only implementing the legislation we allow them to implement. Why? Because we put them there. And then are they actually having rallies and when I say this, we have the technology today. They could have a live feed and live stream. Literally run a fucking poll on the fucking screen. And we could all vote on the fucking poll. We have that kind of technology at our fucking fingertips. And you people won't, when I say you American citizens won't tell this government to do shit. They are telling you, yes, we're your government. Now bend over and take this dick. And you're like, okay, what the fuck is this? Does anybody in this country have any fucking balls at all? Like me personally, I do. I'm sitting here saying, hey guys, let's wake up. Okay, I went out of my way, make this whole fucking channel to say, hey guys, let's wake up. Hey guys, come on, let's have this real conversation. Hey guys, I'll run a poll. Hey guys, let's show them the fucking evidence right here, how this could fucking work. Hey guys, what's up? Hey guys, I have a plan. Hey guys, you want to hear this plan? Hey guys, you guys have more followers and more influence than me. Hey guys, go ahead and talk about this. Hey guys, I come onto your platform. Hey, let's talk about some real shit. You guys are talking about bullshit on your fucking platforms. You guys are not talking about the actual solutions. And let's rally together with the 100K followers you have, the 800K followers you have, and let's fucking really have the conversation, and let's really like push this shit and make it go fucking viral, so the people in our fucking country see we're not fucking around anymore. But no, you guys want to play this tit and tat and oh, I got you, and oh, my argument's the right argument, and this is the real problem. No, nigga, look. Every fucking problem you guys brought to the fucking table, I brought a fucking solution, multiple solutions to each fucking problem that will work if we decided to make it work. But each one of you guys don't want to do nothing. Y'all just want to fucking complain. This shit is getting old. It's getting old, and it's fucking old. It's like the oldest shit in the fucking book, bro. Like, we could literally be having a conversation that would solve the problem. I'm talking about anybody that has 4 million motherfuckers on their shit. I could start naming names for motherfuckers that really ain't trying to be about shit, and they just want to spread propaganda to get you in your feelings and fuck you up. And look, if you weren't in your fucking feelings, you'd be able to think. I already, in the beginning of this episode, told you which fucking feelings, which emotions are the strongest ones that will knock you out of your equilibrium. You can't fucking think properly. Okay? These things exist for a reason. We battle not against the flesh, but against the principalities is the first fucking word. And the root word of principalities is principles. We're battling against each other's principles, ideologies, and mindsets. Okay? And these evil motherfuckers in high places. You could call it the fucking government. You can call it the fucking corporations. You could call it the stick that's getting your ass whooped with. Whatever the fuck you want to call it, that's what the fuck we're up against. Okay? I have solutions to the problem. Do we want to talk solutions? Are we actually trying to fix it? Or y'all just want to keep bitching? Because ultimately, that's all this is. It's a bunch of fucking complaints that I'm hearing all over the fucking internet. Nobody's solving anything. All of these debates are over nothing. You want to talk about morality, bitch? Objective or subjective? Give me 1 second. Technical difficulty. That's subjective, right? Or is it objective? Fuck it, we'll break it down like this. Some technical difficulties are objective and some are subjective. Technical difficulty. Let's say subjective. Okay? Your mouse has like a lag. Technical difficulty, but subjective. Okay? Objective technical difficulty. Your laptop's dying. And that shit's not going to be working anymore. No matter how much of a spin you put on that, it's subjective. That shit about to die. Anybody, anywhere, not thinking about shit. Laptop dying, that's objective. Objective, okay? Because it's a technical difficulty. Even if somebody's not there, they come to the laptop, try to turn it on, oh, it's dead. Objectivity. Object activity. Nigga. Get that shit together. Objectivity, object activity is dead. Okay, man? You get it now? Subjective, objective. Subjective is, well, it's only a little mouse lag. It's not that. It's not stopping you from working the computer. Exactly. Subjective. But that bitch being dead is objectivity. Okay? There. Now we have determined what objective and subjective is. So, do you want to go to morality? Well, is there a such thing as objective morality? Yes, there is. Oh my god, you can't say that. That's so subjective. Oh my god. Well, guess what? The thing that makes morality subjective is if you decide that you like to do all the things the Ten Commandments tells you not to do. And if you believe that the Ten Commandments is more bad because it stops you from having your freedom, freedom from rules, and if that's your moral claim, that's subjective. Because you say that's not okay. Those things are all bad. Not killing people? What? Exactly. See? Subjective at that point. Because your truth is subjective, but the truth, okay, is an object. The truth can be weaponized. You can hurt somebody with the truth. You can put the truth on a. You can put the truth here. You can put the truth there. You can rearrange the truth. You can hide the truth. It's an object. The truth is objective itself. Okay? Just so you know. are we waking up our minds here? Because this is what starts to make people scared. Because if the truth is objective, then lies are subjective. Because the opposite of objective is subjective, is it not? And what is a lie subject to? The object you're lying on. Okay, the object, the objective. Okay, the whatever it is you're lying on, because you are creating a truth, a point of solidity. Okay, a point of a point of ground. You're placing a ground that you're building upon, because you have to build a lie or orchestrate a lie. Either way, you have to create a base for this lie. So you need an object to stand on. See, you cannot lie without the truth. You must have the truth to be able to lie. Or you don't know the truth and you're just saying whatever somebody wants to hear to get to whatever objective you're trying to get after. Because there's something. Okay, there's a motive, there's an objectivity, there's an objective to the point of a lie. A lie has a purpose. Okay? This is something we cannot get away from. A lie has a purpose, and you must build the lie upon object, an objective, or objectivity. Because a lie is only subject to the object, objective, or objectivity you apply it to. So anything that is subject or subjective must have an object or objective provided. This is why people are getting the two confused. And they're trying to say objective morality versus subjective morality when there is no objective morality outside of the strong survive. Period. Not strength doctrine, not force doctrine, just nature. The strong survive. Okay? What happens to all the weak, feeble shit? It'll die. Something will come through and eat it. Something will come through and just whatever. It's a part of the food chain at that point. But the strong survive. Now, if you remove all humans and all human minds, the strong will still survive. Even if you add all human minds, the strong will still survive. Subjectivity in morality only comes when you apply an object or an objective or objectivity itself. You have to have something that you are putting subject to this object for it to be subjective. It has to subject to something. That means underneath. Okay? Right? Or below. Right? So, subject. Okay, what is a royal subject? See what I'm saying? Subject, submit, sub. It's beneath. It's part of. It's relative to. Okay? So, objectivity and subjectivity are opposites. Alright? And to have objective morality, you can only use the truth, which is the strong survive. If you take away man. Okay? Now, in nature, it's moral for the strong to survive. That is morality. Because if you don't have any morale, you would probably be conquered by the elements or another predator. Okay? And then they have to battle to mate. And the females only want to mate with the strongest, so now you're in competition with men yet again. Okay? And what happens in competition with men? There's a loser and a winner. And morally, when you win, what does everybody do? They cheer for you. They high five you. You won. You did it. That is good. Being fruitful and multiplying, right? And the strong would be fruitful, which would mean hunt. It would bring nourishment to their woman while she's pregnant. And multiply is to actually be able to compete against other men to have a woman, to therefore have children. But then you still have to be able to protect her, provide, and all those other things. See how it goes full circle? And that's not subjective. That's objectivity at its finest. Because we have to think about the root words, right? And the suffixes and all this shit. The way it's put together. Objectivity. See what I'm saying? And this is where I'm saying object activity. I put act right there because an object has activity. See what I'm saying? This little band thing, boom. This thing, it has activity. Me, I'm an object. I'm an animate object, but I'm still an object. And I am objective because I still exist whether you guys exist or not. If all of you guys died and there was no other minds, I would still exist. I would still be here, even if I didn't think it. Even if I was asleep. See what I'm saying? Because if you take my mind out of it, and everybody disappeared while I was asleep, and there was nobody else here, and I was still here, objectively, I'm still an object. I'm still here, even though all of the minds are gone. Because I'm asleep, so my mind is gone too. I don't even know you guys are gone yet. But objectively, I'm still here, and you guys are all gone. You see, this is where that crack in the actual, that chink in the armor, this is where it is, right here. I can poke at this shit all day. And there is nothing anybody can really say to kind of spin it, because I can bring it all the way back around, because what you're saying is subjective, but I'm actually talking about pure objectivity through the object and the activity of the object that would happen minus the human mind. So I'm thinking about us not being here during the processes of this object. And the only way to do that is to take you outside of yourself and you not be here and realize what the object would do minus us. A lot of people can't stop being themselves and can't see how without their existence everything would still exist. People think without them being here everything would cease to exist for some reason. No, it would cease to exist for you. And like you yourself may cease to exist depending on your anchor. If you don't have a good anchor, you'll just float off into fucking infinite nothing. That's what's out there. It's nothing. So you'll just float off into that shit. And all these fucking possibilities that would never happen will be in the mix of that. You'll never happen again. So how well you're anchored is really what's gonna show, like, you know, your fruits. Because if you realize that there's more to all of this, then you're probably going to be anchored more so than the other person that believes this is all there is. There's nothing after, and they're not really anchoring themselves to an existence past this. Okay? And if you're not building that bridge, how could you cross it? It doesn't make any sense. See, that's where people become fucking crazy. Technical difference. Alright, my bad. Couldn't reach my leg. technical difficulty. Subjective, right? See that right there? It's subjective until it's objective. You can't light up without a lighter. It's objective, right? Technical difficulty. But this is what brings us. This was a good one today. We really needed to get into this subjective, objective. I was trying to get on the Raging Tomato to have this conversation with them when they were up there, so I could enlighten some of these white folks. I'm not racist. I'm a halfie. You know what I'm saying? But like darker people in America, majority of them. I'm not actually. I can't even say that. I can't even say that. I just feel like, look, skin color's getting out of control. And there's all these intelligent, like, darker people that are up in the media trying to get everybody riled up over race. Dude, bro. Look, man. Americans look like everybody. Every nation on this country, in this world, on this planet, sorry. Every person in this country is from every continent on the nation. In the world, sorry. Now, in our nation, where I'm trying to go, since every American, right, looks like everybody else in the world, how can we tell ourselves apart? This is the question that you guys need to ask yourselves. If everybody that is American looks like everybody else from all over the world, from every country, we have those really Chinese-looking Americans, but they're straight up from freaking Chicago, or they're straight up from California, obviously. Chinatown up there, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, they be American as hell. You feel me? Some of them, a lot of them, they definitely, they about their country and shit. But that's how you can tell us apart. That's how you can tell Americans apart from other places. Even if they're here and they look like they're from somewhere else, as soon as they open their mouth, you know if they're American. See, Americans actually like America. Americans actually appreciate our way of life and our actual freedoms we have. Americans, right? Real Americans. They have families. They have children here. They're invested in this country. They're invested. They work here. They live here. They do not like it when you disrespect their way of life and their freedoms. And if you try to force your religion on them or any of your religious laws on them, they don't appreciate that, because we all have different religions. Mind your business. You feel me? People forgot who the real Americans are because we let so many of these foreign people over here, and we didn't show them how we get down because we just ignored their asses. I ain't gonna lie, I ignore their asses all the time. Anybody that I could tell if you're not American, okay? I can tell. And most people that are not American, we ain't even finna talk anyway. Why? First of all, I don't know your language. And if you don't know my language, you don't have no reason to talk to me, no business talking to me. You feel me? Just like if I was in another country and I don't know their language, I'm not finna talk to you. I don't know what the fuck. Who the fuck are you? I'm gonna go try to talk to somebody I know knows my language, and I'm gonna go pick you out. Just like they do when they come here. They come and find somebody that knows their language, and then they pick them out, and they stay in that group. They never assimilate. And guess what? That's what we do as Americans when we go to other countries. We don't assimilate. unless we decide we're going to stay there. You know what? I would rather live here than America. You think about that. How many places in the world would you say that? Because there is a lot of places in the world that would say that about here. They would not. They'd rather live in America. I'm sure of it. We're all sure. This is something that we cannot help. It's because our way of life is actually better. Because I can love Jesus here without getting prosecuted. I can have my guns and protect myself and my family. And if I need to get with my neighbors, we can protect ourselves from the government. That's the whole point of America. The whole point of America is to not have the government rule over us. And to actually have the government just be there to protect this shit. That's all they're there for. They're not there to try to tell us how to do shit. They're there to make sure we, as we grow, keep a level playing field and continue to prosper. That's it. That's it. We just want to raise families and whatever. Now check this out. I know that sounds lame and mundane as fuck, right? That sounds so generic. But where else is anybody else going to live a normal life? All these other places, if you go there, is that a normal life? And when I talk about a normal life, I grew up in a house. Okay? I had a family. The streets were calling me, don't get me wrong. We all had our moments when we was out there on the block. But I turned my life around. I stopped doing bad stuff when I was a kid. When I turned 21, I realized that I was a man. And there's certain things that I'm going to have to do and I can't get out of it. I cannot get out of it. Because I got a big dick and some bowels. I cannot get out of it. There's nowhere for me to go. Oh, they say you could be a girl. I'm not a girl. I can never be a girl. I'm way too sexy to be a girl. I know, that's bad. They're like, should you be for the girl? Look. Girls are probably the most beautiful creatures on the planet. Okay? I could never live without a woman in my life. Okay? Women are God sent. They don't act like it, but they are. If you could tame one of them things, you good, bro. You good. But it's a process, and it's very hard, and it takes, like, your whole life. And the thing is, when I say tame, it's like, yes, they are the wildest creatures. They do not care for anything other than their own happiness. And if you cannot provide or participate in any kind of contentment, she will not bother with you. That's period. That's all women, no exceptions. They want to be happy. And they want to have fun. These are two things that, as a man, you have to provide. It sucks. Because, yes, all the time. No breaks. Even when she says she's bored or she wants to be left alone, go fuck with her. Let her know you still fucking with her. She can't get away from you. But it has to be in a playful kind of way. Not in a needy kind of way. Not in a lonely kind of way. You know. She said she can go and read her book or whatever for a little bit. All right, bet. Chill. Give her 5 minutes. Walk by. See what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Fiddle around over here. You know, just make sure all your shit is straight. Because you can never get in trouble for straightening up stuff. So if you want to be in her business without making her feel some kind of, walk by and straighten some shit up. Kiss her on the forehead. Walk away. Let 10, 15 minutes go by. Walk in. Slap her on the foot. Walk away. Just to let her know you're still here. And you still fucking with her. And she can't get away from you. Even though she's in her damn book. She'll probably give a little look at you. She might even smile, smirk a little bit. Give her like 30 minutes. Right? Then go in there. If she's into that book, roll her ass over on top of it, smack her on the booty, and give her kisses on the neck, like messing with her, and then just to let her know you still fucking with her. That'll give her a break. Because if she was really into that, there might have been a moment where there was some feelings going on there, and you come and break that and remind her you're still here in the real world. And then she'll get back to her little book. Right? After a few minutes, she'll put that shit down and come in there and fuck with you, or come singing like, messing with you. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever. Now I'm just checking on you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep that shit playful. You gotta keep that shit playful. Go ahead and put the movie, baby. Boom. She can put the movie in. You know we ain't really gonna watch it, right? But just put it on. You know what I'm saying? Just to let her know in a playful way that y'all gonna watch the movie, but y'all still gonna be doing whatever it is y'all want. So she can bring her book, read her book while that movie can. Always have 2 TVs right next to each other. Little TV under the big TV. That way you can be paying attention to whatever she wants you to pay attention to on the screen, but you can still play your fucking game. This is the smartest move for any man. Okay? I'm giving y'all keys today. This shit is not for kids. This shit is for grown-ups. So, I will continue and let everybody know that this is a key as a man to keep that shit fun and to keep everything like, and then after a while she just put on another movie. That's why you have your second screen. It has to be smaller than the big TV. Put it on the floor where you can still play your game and you're still paying attention to whatever she wants to watch. Easy. She could put YouTube on the big one or whatever she wants to put on, whatever. And you can play your game and just kick her feet in your lap, whatever. Crack her toe every 5 seconds or whatever. Or every time you're taking a break in your game, whatever. Watch the movie still. This is how you can be attentive to your woman and still play your games. I'm giving y'all the keys today. Right? I'm giving y'all the keys. Now, remember the thing I was telling y'all. This is the hardest part for a man. 2 things a woman wants, and these are non-negotiables, and this is okay. This is the truth. This goes for all women, no exceptions. I love women no matter what. But this is the truth. You have to give them the one thing they care about is their happiness. The most important thing. If they're not going to be happy, they're not going to waste their fucking time. Period. Okay? If you can supply even like the slightest bit of contentment, she will fuck with you. But she has to be content. And she has to feel like there's some kind of happiness. And girls just want to have fun. So if you can supply just a slight bit of contentment and you can keep it fun all the time, oh, bro. Remember this shit. But it takes a lot of work. Okay? If you can tame a woman, okay? Tame her because they're wild. They're the wildest creatures. I love them. They're so wild, so majestic, but so wild and just free. And that's one of the things we'll get to it in a minute because this whole thing is a whole big old. It's a big ass war, and it's the war over our women. So as men, right? I know we like playing our video games. We want to get out the dating scene and all that shit. That's why you gotta have your own spot, and you gotta be able to trust her enough to bring her over there. And you know women is wild. So once you bring her to your shit, nigga, you know she know where you at. Be very careful about this. So that's why you know she gotta be special. And if you can't go to her shit, it's probably should be fucking because she's not ready for it. You can't go to her shit, then she don't want to know every nigga to know where she live either. Women are smart like that. That's their safe space. So this is your safe space. Remember, we're equals. We're not, but there are human qualities that we need to maintain. Our safe space is somewhere we need to be able to go where if anything is going down, we could just be right here and we know nobody's gonna look for us here. Nobody knows where we're at. Hey yo, you gotta do what thing, just play your game or whatever it is you do. Read your book, whatever. But we already gave one scenario. Keep it playful, even in the times where it seems like she wants her own space. Okay, let her have her space. That's a good thing. But you can't let her have her space for like undisturbed amount of time. You have to disturb her. Because if you allow her to settle into this space where she's not being bothered at all whatsoever, this is where she'll start to feel like you don't care. You didn't even come check on her not once or nothing. And that's one thing that will get you kicked out of your safe space. Feel me? So, after a while, she'll become your safe space. This is why we have to go to our woman. Go to your woman. Just go to her. Put your arms around her and just like let out a deep breath. And then she'll be like, are you okay? And she'll be like, take her another one, kiss her on the neck, and walk away. This will turn her on in a way where she's more concerned, but she knows you're strong and you can handle it, but you can lean on her emotionally without saying shit. And this brings you to a stoicism. It brings you to a newfound respect. Because it's like, you could come get your love without saying shit and then go handle your business. That's real shit. Women don't want you to say nothing. They really just want you to fucking do what you gotta do and come and give them love, pay them attention, have fun, and give them a little bit of contentment. That applies to their happiness. Women are easy, but that's the hardest thing because you have to stop being about you a whole lot, nigga. Oh, boy, I can't get my Jordans this week. Hell no, you can't get no new Jordans this week, nigga. The first thing you need to do is split that money in half and go get you some chucks because you a real G. First of all, what the fuck's wrong with you? Second of all, you need to take the other half and you need to put that shit in your Robinhood. And you need to go ahead, you need to run your stocks, your crypto, and that's what you need to do. Because you're going to be humping on this shorty, and she going to end up pregnant. Because she don't care if you hit it wrong. Because you give her the fun, and you give her the love. Which is applying to her happiness, that attention. And when I say attention, you have to do it in a way that's fun. You can't do, and it's not hard to be fun, because naturally, y'all niggas is goofy and stupid as fuck anyway. So allow your goofy, stupid ass self to come out without being a dick. Can you like not be an asshole? And then it'll work out. Like, not that asshole shit, like disrespecting and whatever, bro. Like that real shit where it was like, you came through, you put your arm around her shoulder or whatever she was saying, you put her arm around her shoulder. Take 5 seconds, once a while or something. And if she says, no, it's okay, smack her on the butt, give her a bite on the shoulder or some shit. You know what I mean? Let her know you still love her, thank you, baby. And then just walk away. Just like, let her know that you know, she knows, you know, and so on and so forth. I mean, like, it's the little things, right? And then when it comes to something big, do the same thing every time. Go mid. Just go mid. Never, don't try too hard. Don't, because you're going to have to ante up harder next time or else. Last time, like, they'll hit you with that last time shit. Don't do it, bro. Just mid every time. If it's time for like pick, like you gotta have spots. Okay, easiest shit. I guess. So you gotta have spots. All right, so your spot when y'all go to date night, right? Because we have a date night. Make sure it's like a bar with some good food. Do something like that. Trust me, you can never go wrong. Especially if you're gonna do it Friday night. It's gonna be always cool at a party. You know, we have a little drink, I get your little dance, and I watch everybody yell. You know what I'm saying? When people start spinning, it's time to show out. Because another thing, you gotta be able to dance with your woman. Like, if you can't dance with your woman, bro, you might run into the wrong nigga in the club. That's game over. That's game over. Okay? I'm trying to help niggas get uncucked and unsimped. Okay? Look. This is the unsimplified. Look, check it. Growing. Okay? It's something that we all have to do. I don't give a fuck if you are not a grower, you still gonna grow. It's a thing. Like, show or grow, you're gonna grow no matter what. No matter what. Look, your arm grows when you reach out. I mean, come on. Like, everything is gonna grow. Right? The hair on your ass is gonna grow. Can't get away from it. Absorb it. Understand it. Just deal. Okay? You have to grow. Alright? The minute you stop growing, you're dead. Because guess what? You hit your peak. You're not growing anymore. Sustainability. Right? That's why we have to continue to do everything we can to activate ourselves. And I started to realize something. They tell us that radiation is bad. Then why do we use microwaves? If microwaves radiate our food, then we put that. That doesn't make any sense to me. And then I started thinking about all this, like radiation causes cancer and this other shit. And people be microwaving. This fucking. And I was thinking about that. And now I'm just thinking, like, every time I turn it on, I feel it weird. Need this shit too much longer to microwave shit. Definitely gonna find a way to not like that shit. Like, right? And then just be done. Not microwave nothing anymore. I'm just gonna skillet somewhere. Or I'm gonna have to eat Pop-Tarts. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But y'all know what I mean though. Like, all of the technology, the G5 and all this other shit's putting out the radiation, whatever. But we'll bring it back to this relationship shit. But this is something that's real. Participating in a marriage, especially, is something that is special. It's supposed to be sacred. It's supposed to be beautiful. When two people come together to say, we're gonna sustain life and bring life into the world together, we're going to participate in our society, in our culture, whatever the community is, and we're going to have each other's backs. Because if it was just you and y'all was in the middle of nowhere, y'all is all each other got. See what I mean? Participate likeness of true togetherness. When you have a child, that is when you guys come together truly and surely, because your DNA, her DNA, come together in a spark of existence and produces another you. Now, that you is thinking just like you, wondering just like you, trying to figure out just like you're trying to figure out. A piece of both of your consciousness came together and constituted a reality where the two of you were one person. That's where this whole thing is coming from you, like where it says you will leave your mother and father, you leave your mother and father, opt out, and leave two of them. Man, that's another problem. Two of them. They become one. Something happens. It's called a family tree. That's why you have two sets of grandparents. Because it's an offer of those people make. I know. That's wild, huh? So, honestly, we're all a super concoction of everyone that came before us. And the best of us, the strongest, we're the ones that are going to survive. We're the ones that are going to come up and do all these different things. Yeah. And we're the ones that are going to take over office. So, I'm hoping there's more like-mindedness, where we're all together. We're all trying to do this. Because ultimately, what are we really doing? What is the goal? Where is the togetherness? Like, I'm trying to figure out why everybody is still so stuck. And it's not something that I can turn on or off. We have to get through to the people. But how? How can you get through to the people if the people don't want to change it? They talk about how things should change. And they complain about the things that should change. But are we coming together as the actual people? See what I mean? And it's so easier said than done because we have day jobs. We have this to do, you know? And as people, we're going to have to shut shit down. That's the only way. We're going to have to actually shut shit down as the people, the individuals, and be like, we love our jobs, so everybody, okay, including HR, we're all going to be excused for the next month because we're going to all go and participate in the streets. That would be the only way. It would have to come from our management. Like, our managers would have to be like the people, The people that are in our buildings, that are under the court, we would have to have our leaders. Those are our leaders. They're the ones that can tell us to leave and close up shop. The only ones. No one else can do that. Technical difficulty. All right. My bad. All right, so we'll get back to where we were at. So we, as the people, we're the ones that have to stand. We do. Us. So that's what makes all of this all the more reason why, if our leadership won't stand up and us as the team won't just be like, all right, leadership, look, we appreciate you guys, but us as a team, we need to go and stand for America. And if the leadership can't excuse us and it will count against us, if they're really going to bring all of us up in, we have to move as a community. We have to do it to make it a movement as a people. And it would have to be. Or it would have to be all the niggas that don't have jobs and ain't do shit. I would have to go out there. That's the only other way. And we have to be organized about it. It's one of the other things that's holding us back. Because the other people that are on the left will try to condemn us. And then the people that are on the right are so pussy, they're not going to do it. And then the people that are in the middle, we're all fucking working for it. Because there's certain shit that we all agree should be fixed. Nobody wants to do it. I gave 2 tax breaks for the rich and made it mandatory that life has to be better for people that are not so fortunate. And that's it. It was simplified. It wasn't supposed to be complicated. It wasn't supposed to be money grab. It wasn't supposed to be anything other than good business. Now, relationships are pretty much like good business. Because if you enter this relationship, it's like a contract when you go to get married. You actually have to sign a piece of paper. When you sign this piece of paper, the law, the government recognizes you guys as one entity. That's why you guys get taxes together. And this is where taxes get complicated. And we'll leave it at that. So, in our bigger perception, because, like I said, as the man, you have to do everything for yourself and for your family. And there can't be any complaints because we have to get it by the sweat of our brow. It's our punishment for not running shit right. And the thing about being married is that both people you have to be equally yoked. So both people have to believe in honoring the marriage. If it's just a title, that's all you want, it doesn't. At that point, there's no reason. So, we want to make sure that when we bring the people into our lives, we're not taking that for granted. The space and the safe space we've built for ourselves. A lot of people don't understand what a safe space is, which is why they just have people coming and going willy-nilly, and they feel some kind of way, and they want to move all of a sudden because they know that they have let everything get out of control. They don't have any more safety. People get trapped in that loop because neighbors are not the same neighbors we used to have. That's why we don't have the same community connections we had back in the day. Nowadays, people are so separated because it has been so subjugated and so subjected. A lot of people don't want to see the same way. So, this is one of the things that's holding back our whole entire society, because we don't even see Americans as Americans. We don't even see people as people. We can't see past our own selves in our American society right now. That's why we're so selfish. Selfish is a thing that a lot of people don't understand. Because when we're thinking about ourselves most of the time, then other people tend to slip our minds. That's how we forget. Like, I forgot your thing was today, little buddy. And now your kid missed out on the moment you guys could have with each other. Because remember, kids are constantly learning, just like we are. Right? We go back to the tree. That's why you have two sets of grandparents, because it took 4 people to make it. You are the most complex that he has ever been. Your feelings go deeper than what you think, because you have the feelings of those 4 grandparents, plus 2 parents, plus 8 great-grandparents. And all of those feelings and emotions are in you. It's in you because there's a DNA. And DNA is something that binds our family structures together. And now we're at the tipping point of the spear. Okay, because remember, it goes that way. As it gets more and more and more upside down. And when you finally join your party, you become, your child becomes, so you guys own, now you have the block you were supposed to build upon, because you're 2 parents. See what I mean? And when parents have kids, they're reinforcing that bond. Now, the pyramid of your family tree is one tip. And you could think about it like, okay, an infinite flame. You know how a cleat is on the bottom of a cleat? You know, with all the little cleats and shit? Think about an infinite cleat in all directions, and you're one of the tips. And you can shift and go through all these different cleat tips, because guess what? That's where you're at. Some of these tips get broke off because that's what I think about. See what I mean? And we can just continue to go through it. We can continue to meet other people. This is one of the things that we need to make sure we're paying attention to when we're interacting with them. Because if we're all the most complex we've ever been, and this is all the tip. We're the tip of the spear. We're the furthest it's ever been in time. A lot of people are not understanding that the momentum we build and the momentum that's behind us is moving so fast that if you don't learn how to surf that momentum, you'll go under. Okay, some people surf it, fall in, give up, and keep going, and then some people really just lay on the board and let the wave take them where it takes them. They'll strap themselves to the board just to keep it steady. They never really stand up and surf. They're kind of just belly laying. Yeah, that's somebody that's just crazy. They're trying to maintain control, not fall in, but they're trying to keep going. And then there's those people that really surf really up on the highest ones I've ever caught. You're trying to catch the wave, try to look back. Following when you get to a certain height. Get your energy back. So we have to keep thinking. We have to keep progressing. We have to keep understanding. We have to keep understanding that people don't really have that. No, I can't. There's no word for this one, so I'm just gonna use. I would say a courage of fearlessness. Because it's like you have to be fearless to really do certain things. And then you have to have courage to override to not have to. Okay, you're surfing that tall wave, but you're about to fall off, and somebody's coming up right next to you. Oh yeah, it was the homie, or it was somebody that you knew, or somebody you worked with, and you pushed them off to get your balance. He fell in, and you kept surfing, and you surfed on higher. He fell off as well surfing. Like that right there, that's that fearlessness. You have to have a fearless, all confidence to do some of the things you might have to do to stay up on that work. Some people just don't have the body strength to handle that kind of surf. So, because we're surfing momentum. Surfing momentum. You can build. You can break through. You can do all kinds of different maneuvers and learn techniques. Surfing momentum, which will get you further ahead. And then it will help you dodge certain obstacles. So sometimes it takes learning from somebody, or it takes somebody to teach you, or it takes a lot of learning inside, where you have to just research and practice. These are the things as well. So just keep that into consideration. All these things are relevant. Because if you want to be a good man and you want to take care of your wife and you want her to actually honor you to lead you, then you have to do those two things. Okay, you have to have fun. Okay, if you're always fun, that's half the battle. The other part is you have to contribute to the happiness. Because those are the only two things that I was like, oh, he was fine. See? Oh, I just love my sorry. And so, you have to be able to foster those things. And another thing about the whole, when she's having her own time messing with her, it plants little seeds in the back of her head when she's doing her little compliments of her. She expects she don't know what it is. It'll keep her from doing certain things. Feels like something's going to try to, and then she'll start looking for it. So that's one of the things I want to let you know. So when you're dealing with women, definitely think about those two things. Keep them into consideration. Those are the non-negotiables. And contribute to their happiness. Okay? And what's gonna make her happy? Being secure and looking good and all that sort of stuff. That'll make her happy. Trust me, there's a lot of things that'll make her happy. So you better get that happiness list down. And while you're working on that, keep happy. Make it fun. You can remember all this stuff. But it's a job. It's work. And if you're really not into that kind of thing, then don't go looking. It's tough. Trust me. With that being said, I think I'm ready to finish. All right. Last thing here. There's a time in my life where I remember believing in myself. And there was a time where, before that, where nothing happened. And I allowed myself to be. And it wasn't a fight or anything like that. It was that, it was that. I guess it was that lover boy. Where he got, not by a girl. I destroyed. I started to realize that love was distracting. All those emotions and what was distracting. And I couldn't get away from that emotion, and I couldn't get away from the feelings. Whenever that person was around, I would just completely fold and submit. I'd do anything that would set things into okay. And I realized that there was nothing else that could distract me so much. And I like I said, I couldn't defeat it. If I ever seen it angel, it was her. Like, man, I was so affection's just still bad right now. Ooh. She's not married. For sure. Feel me? So, oh, but that's just one of the things that you've ever known, like real love. You could be a slave to that shit. Yeah, you know. And it's not even just the lust. It's like, man, the heart beats, man. Woo! Heart beats, man. Definitely still the one. I'm not sure about ever. I'm not sure about ever. But that was the girl right there. I'm not gonna say her. Shit. Yo. I know, right? I know, right? Alright, let me do it. And,
get ready.
Everybody acting like a nigga wouldn't do it. Since I started the game, legendary my name. And I copped a new car. Now I'm flying the plane. Career was always in my sights, so I see it clear and then you know I'ma fly to my next destination, cause driving taking too. Going ham.
Damn, this shit exclusive.
My little homegirl put me on. She said, "Remix this shit, brand new, free flow. Lady rappers been acting like this is not an art, huh? You forgot about that part. Lady rappers been acting like this is not an art, huh? You forgot about that part. Lately rappers been spitting like they ain't got a heart. Because when I step to the game, I rip that shit apart. My evolution with the Gyarados from Magic Carp, and I ain't finished shopping till the whole world is in my cart.
If you do not
fucking with me,
want to change,
role and play your part. Beneficial
if you do not want to
functionality,
better yourself, if you do not want to break outside
always feel this
of
hard.
this
Only
matrix,
if the universe
if you want to live in your comfortable delusion
I'm trying as hard as I
that they
can
have
against
built
all of the
for
odds.
you.
Pushing as hard as I could is what got me so far. But
Do not
what are my chances of actually reaching the
watch these
stars?
videos.
Still, I will
Leave
never
this
get them
channel.
tatted over my heart. Never my senses hiding
If
in
you
my weed up in the
do
jar.
not
Sexy
want
little
any truth,
looking ass like I'm
you don't
Jafar.
want to
When
understand,
it comes
if
to
you
the
are not
game,
here
I'm an eagle, you're
to
par. Please don't get the slip.
hear
I'ma catch
something
you off guard.
that's
While you
outside of your
chillin' in
own
the
mind,
crib, got your chick
and
in my
accept
car.
others'
Every time you hear it,
minds and
trippin' like that
opinions
shit
and the
sound
way they
bizarre,
think
huh?
for themselves,
Your
you
favorite
do not
rapper
belong.
try hard, still is a mark.
And
Still
finally,
like the fuel to the game,
if
watch
you
it
are
spark.
not trying
My
to
lines burn like
be
blunts
positive,
getting smoked
if
in
you
the
are
dark.
not
Hella
trying to
cooking
help
shit up.
create
If your ass wanna
solutions while we
spar,
discuss the
barbecue your
problems and
beef
how they
up
got
like
here,
seats in my car. Cool
you do
yourself
not
up
belong here.
refrigerator.
Negativity,
Hate,
hate, disrespect, name calling, those things will not be allowed here on this platform and not in this empire. We are the ones, the true Americans, that want to be free and stand as we have always
This
stood.
shit exclusive.
My little homegirl put me on. She said